All right, so it's Wade Rich back with another episode of A Word with Wade. Today's guest is a soulful, um, amazing performer. Has a new single out called "The Devil," a new album coming out, I believe, tomorrow. Although by the time this goes to air,
Tomorrow.
it will already be out. Called "Contrast." I'd like to welcome to the show Tanya George. How are you going, Tanya?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited because my album will finally be out.
Yeah, and look, let's start right there because I did notice some very interesting little tidbits of information regarding your album release. Most notably, the fact that you're releasing it on your grandmother's birthday.
Hey, that's correct. Yep. It's her birthday, 29th of July, and I decided to release it on her birthday just to, one, make it special and significant, but because she's also on the album. She's on the intro and the interlude.
I didn't know about the intro, but I did know that the outro interlude had some spoken word from her.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So she introduces the album in a way of kind of spoken words as well, where she talks about what contrast is, like
Yep.
light and dark, love versus hurt. She just sort of labels contrasting things. And yeah, she just brings the album in, which is really nice.
Do you know what I really love about what you just said then is that you said love and hurt, whereas like a lot of people just instantly go love hate. But
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that don't like that word. Like I don't think there's too many things in the world that deserve such a strong feeling as hate. And so when you said
I
love and
agree.
hurt, I was like, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I think to love is to hurt and to hurt is to love, I think hate is definitely not the opposite to love because you can convince yourself you hate someone, but really that hate usually comes from a place of love.
yeah.
It's really interesting. Yeah, it's not true.
God,
Yeah.
we're getting deep already.
Getting deep quick.
Although honestly, I mean, I had to listen to the single "The Devil," and honestly, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, I
Thank
love
you.
to hear. I guess because it's kind of I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel it's kind of got because I did hear something mentioned in there about the Melbourne Jazz Festival that you played at or have played at.
Okay.
So I'm
Yep.
guessing that you do have some jazz sensibilities about your music. Would that be a fair? Yeah, and
Absolutely. That's a great observation. Yes.
oh, thank you. I pride myself on my music love. So I am
Awesome.
I'm genre fluid, is what I tell people because I just love all genres. I'm a firm believer that even in a genre you think you don't like, there's probably at least one song, if not more, out there that you probably would like and would be surprised
Yes.
because
I
it's that
agree.
genre you don't like.
Yeah, totally. And that's probably what you'll find with when you listen to this album. You'll hear different influences from different genres that I've sort of hybrid mixed into my own. And
Yeah,
then, yeah, I've taken like the things that have influenced me and then put my own spin on it of how I feel it or how I express it as Tanya George. And then, yeah, you can hear all those different, yeah, just things that have like, whether it's jazzy tones in like daffodils and violet skies. I've chosen very when we wrote it, the melody's very jazz,
yeah,
daffodils and violet skies. It's
yeah.
very like old school jazz. But then you have songs like Sirius and Peace and Mess and The Devil that bring in like, a little bit of a rappier melody, but with some beautiful jazzy harmonies that are in there as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I do love. I love the melding of genres, like, and yeah, what coming back to the Devil, like what I've kind of felt is it had that jazziness about it. There was definitely that some jazz influence in there, but it's also, and I don't mean this in a derogatory term, but pop sort of feel about it as well, like in the sense of like I could see
Absolutely.
that being very popular. Not that it's like
Yeah, I think.
cheesy carbon copy, pop stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because some people think pop is a derogatory thing, but I think in this context definitely is a compliment because it's very easy
Thank
to
you.
listen
Yeah.
to. So I must admit I'm very excited to hear the whole album when it comes out tomorrow. So I'll be jumping onto Spotify after this. Sorry,
Yeah,
go
thank you. Well, I think
on.
pop is something that's absolutely inspired me as well. As like, there are that like, for example, Ariana Grande is such a sensational vocalist. Maybe not
Yes.
everyone loves her music, and maybe she is too pop for certain people, but you can't deny her vocal acrobatic. She's just a
Oh, yeah.
sensational vocalist with technique, with tone, with pitch. If there's anyone that you should idolize for like a good, healthy voice, it's Ariana Grande. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely
No,
elements of pop
yeah,
music.
definitely won't get any disagreements from me there. I had a lot of I have a lot of interests in myself musically that would be considered to some as guilty pleasures, but I wear them on my sleeve along with my heart.
Oh,
So
Ariana Grande is definitely my guilty pleasure.
yeah.
She's great.
Like I also love people like Ed Sheeran and stuff. Like a lot of people are very polarized about him. They either really like him or they can't stand him. But honestly, a guy that can write that many like hit songs. I know it's not solo, just him. He's got a team with him, but they work together so well. Like you can't front on that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It's
So,
it's very funny that you just said Ed Sheeran because when I listen to The Devil, I sort of feel like the song, like I'm singing the song, but in my head, sometimes when I close my eyes, I could almost hear Ed Sheeran playing the guitar. The way we've played the guitar in the recording, it's kind of got that Ed Sheeran feel in it. It's got this like
yeah,
cool vibe, and then I kind of hear that like D'Angelo would be on drums.
yeah.
It's like I can hear
What?
like different musicians on the instruments.
I'm having a deja vu moment. Was that written somewhere in your press release or something? Was there a quote of you saying something along those lines, or am I just
Or
tripping?
maybe yeah, I possibly would have said like Ed Sheeran's playing the guitar.
Yeah,
Oh, I said it's like the song is like listening to yeah, Ed Sheeran's in a room playing guitar with D'Angelo on
yeah.
drums. Amy Winehouse is telling us a story and I'm singing.
That's
And we're all over a
yeah,
gin. Yeah, we're all having a gin is what I think I said in a
yeah.
press.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was just
yeah,
flipping
because
out. I'm thinking, why does that sound so familiar? But that makes sense. Um,
yeah,
oh, sorry. So, something
no,
else that really intrigued me about your press release in regards to this album is the fact that you've actually produced the album yourself. And as
yes, yeah,
someone
yeah.
who does the same with my music, I know that's no easy feat. And sometimes I wonder why am I not shipping some of these tasks off to other people and getting other people involved. But what kind of prompted
Yeah.
you on this release to produce it? I know you did have some additional production from, and I'm going to
Yep.
stuff this up.
Lewis.
I'm sure Lewis
Lewis.
Paducci. Is
Yep,
that
that's right. Yep, yep.
yeah?
Yep, that's right. Yep.
That's two for two.
Yeah, yeah, I had written this album like 10 years ago, long before, I knew Lewis, for example, or like certain people and all that. And I just wrote all the music myself and the lyrics as well. And I just found that when I would bring my songs to someone new or a producer, I'd always feel like they were gonna try, like they tried to change the song,
Yeah.
especially in the way like I felt it, because I've got a very particular style, especially when it comes down to rhythm stuff
Mm.
like the devil got me again, the devil only catches. I want like that real kind of groovy swaying feeling rather than it being
Yeah.
straight on someone like that, oh, you should play it this way. I'm like, nope, we're changing the way I feel.
Yeah.
And when I mean like when I say feel, I mean like actually feeling the song rhythmically in my body or how I sing it.
Mm.
So yeah, and so I'd go to an expensive studio and try there, but it just wouldn't be the sound I wanted, or like, the tone I was really looking for, or it'd sound too bright and I wanted something more. It's just
Mm.
all those things. So then I just decided, you know what? I think I've just got to do it myself because like only I can hear my ear. I can only hear
Yeah.
what I have in my head and what I'm envisioning. So I started it on my own at home.
Yeah.
After lots of experience with people in the studio, and I was like, cool, I've just got to, that's why it took me so long as well, but just got to
That's all
do
right.
bits and pieces on my own. And then, yeah, then collaborated a bit with Lewis on the production side of things. And then, yeah, then went back to finishing it on my own. And you can hear in the recordings, all the vocals sound great, but there's so many things I'd love to re-record vocally,
Yeah.
except the song I'm happiest with is a song called Have You, because I got to like I did all those vocals myself purely on my own.
Yeah.
And you can hear the difference. Not that it's necessarily bad or good, but you can hear like there's a different way that I am expressing myself. But I also kept the old vocals in the other songs
Mm.
because it was a moment in time. And
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to keep that moment in
Absolutely.
time and be okay that I was exhausted off tour. Or I think in The Devil, I actually was recovering from being quite sick with, I think I had COVID. So I think in
Oh.
the first verse, I can always hear that I'm a little bit sick, but I was like, I've just got to leave it because that's
Yeah.
the whole point of the song, in a way. That's like the whole point of the song is saying like, life's not perfect and you're not perfect and we're all not perfect and we've got all these temptations. So I
Yeah.
was like, there's no point of changing it.
No, you
Yeah.
literally captured that imperfection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's important. It's part of the artistry, I think. We
Yeah.
strive too much perfect all the time when it's kind of good to have that recording like that because then live I'm so comfortable and feel great because I'm like oh, I'm not sick, and now I can smash this song out even better
Yeah.
live, and make
Yeah.
elevate up, and then you level up. So it's
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. And I often say to people, because I'm a massive vinyl fan, I've got a nice little vinyl collection. And when people discuss what's better between vinyl and CDs and digital and all that sort of stuff, or like MP3s or whatever, I always say the reason I think vinyl and particularly like analog recording is better is because of those imperfections, because we ourselves are not perfect. So I love that mentality you have there of capturing those imperfections, even if
Yeah,
when you go live, you can do it better. As you said, now that you're
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
And
yeah,
I just had to keep reminding myself what the album was about, and
yeah.
the album's called Contrast. You
Mm.
know, so its
Sounds
album
good.
is called Contrast. It's about the light and the shade, and like, being healthy or being sick. It's like all the contrasting kind of elements that make the album or make an artist.
Absolutely. Now, this is something I didn't actually anticipate asking you, but after hearing you talk about your producing at home and all that sort of thing, I am curious because, as I said, I do produce myself, and so I'm always intrigued by the nerdy kind of audio stuff. But I'm curious as
Yeah.
to what microphone you used, and if you only use one, or if you use different mics for different songs, or
Yep. Yeah. So it was really cool because being the producer style where I was at, and even like Lewis at times, we had no idea what we were doing half the time. We were just giving it a go because we were just like, let's just do it at home and like see what happens, and all that sort of stuff. And I in the past have had an endorsement with SE Electronics,
oh,
which is
nice,
a great microphone.
yeah,
Yeah, and I had a bunch of microphones that they'd given me that needed repairing or was needed fixing and all that stuff. And yeah, I was like, look, I've got all these mics, you may as well just use them or check them out. So
yeah.
I think on one of the recordings, we'd set up the kit and we'd, done some takes on that and stuff like that. But then I had to go on tour. So I just wanted to quickly lay down all my vocals just so if anyone wanted to work on it while I was away, that they had the skeleton, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't have the mic set up. So I grabbed the drum mic and I just sung into the drum mic,
Oh, wow. I did
which
like
is
what the kick drum
so
mic.
random. Yeah, like and
Oh, wow.
but the vocals came out really well for some weird reason. And then when I got back, I wasn't allowed to change them. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
went with it. So like we just went through different processes of like, well, it sounds cool, let's not change it, or let's use
Absolutely.
that. I also I forgot the name of it, but the mic that can be used as a podcast mic as well. It's
Oh,
like
yeah. The Shore? Is it a Shore or
yes, the Shure one. Yeah. The Shure one, but the
SM5B, I
new one.
think? Sorry, I'm getting a bit
Yes, that's
technical
the
nerdy
one.
here.
That's the one.
People are going to tune out
Oh,
now.
that's the one. Yeah. Yep. That
Oh,
mic
that's
as well. And I also used my Rode NT, which is a basic $300 to $400 microphone.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, that's like an industry
that
standard, I think, amongst
yeah.
self-produced artists. Absolutely. Now, I do have to ask, I think I've kind of got a bit of a gist from some of the things you've said, but I do want to ask what your influences are. Like, is there anyone in particular or a group of different artists that really influence what you do?
Yeah, I think with me, I'd sort of take certain things from certain artists that will really resonate with me. So, for example, Jamiroquai is a big
Oh,
influence
wow.
for myself. Yeah, and like he's got quite a lot of time signature changes or chord changes that are really pretty. But also he I felt like he really the main guy, like that's a band, but the main guy, like he really future wrote sometimes. Like it's like the song Virtual Insanity of I think it was Traveling Without Moving album.
Mhm.
Like it's like he wrote that for 2026, but he
Yeah.
wrote it back in like the 90s, it's just like they knew what was going to go on, and like they future wrote things. And it's really about technology and everything taking over our virtual sanity, which is turns into our virtual insanity, so
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And just like the way the band changed, made the changes in the songs, like it just really, I loved it. And
yeah,
then you've got Erykah Badu. I loved Erykah Badu's placement of phrasing and melody,
yeah,
and then I love Ariana Grande because I love her technique vocally, and like that's something that I really appreciate. So I sort of take these little parts of the best that I make up into one, and then I also have my own style,
yeah.
vibe. So
Absolutely. I mean, the good thing about
yeah,
voice is that they are quite unique. So even taking all those influences you said, there's still always going to be that little bit if not a big bit, that's your own originality. So yeah, no, I totally love that, and I love yeah. Now I'm just going to jump back about 5 years now too, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you were actually top five on The Voice. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was top five of Rita. Yeah, top five of Rita Ora's team and top 20 of the show.
Overall.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. So how would you say that's impacted in any particular aspect? It could be like your like fan awareness of you, or I forget. There's probably a better word for that, but I think you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
of course.
Or
Yeah,
how you go about approaching a performance, or anything like that. Is it anything in particular that you can pinpoint that you've really taken away from that experience?
yeah, I mean, I was sort of originally told not to do the show with the industry side of people. They're like, oh, the voice is a dirty word, and everyone sort of does that. And
Yeah.
I could hear that side of it, and I understood that. But for me, it was COVID, so there was nothing going on.
Mm.
Um, I the show was going to be promoted through the Olympics,
Mhm.
and the contract would be over by the time lockdown was lifted. So I
Yeah.
decided to do the show. It's been great for me. Like I feel like it helps people who aren't musicians feel like you've done something quite big and quite inspirational, or that takes a lot of courage. And
Yeah.
yeah, you just get people who respect you for that, and then you just develop your audience from there. And I still get gigs from it.
Yeah. Wow.
6 years later,
Yeah.
just because people are like, hey, even I'm going to China
Wow.
and to play a show, and I'm going to Indonesia to play a show straight after my album launch on August 8th.
I did see that.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I got an email 2 days ago from the director of the festival in China, and they said, "Hey, the girl from The Voice that we saw, she did The Voice 6 years ago, um, and she's got amazing original music as well. Would she be keen to sing in the open ceremony?
Oh wow.
That's part of the media and part of the because we'd love to have her, And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's so cool, but because they know that I've had that experience,
Yeah.
maybe they read the resume or whatnot, or they see my videos and they go, "Cool, let's get her for the opening ceremony because she'd know what to do, or she's used to the pressure, or So it's like it's been awesome in ways for me, and I just sort of used the show the way that they used us in a way. It's kind of like, why not,
Yeah.
So it's been, I'm really glad I did it, and I think it's been really good to also show people the progression. Is it progression? Yeah, progression
Yeah.
after the show of like,
Yeah.
cool, I'm releasing an album, I'm doing these shows, I'm playing this gig, that gig, and yeah, it's just like people will stick around for the journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things I would say I do love about those types of talent shows is seeing the progression even on the show. You see them when they come on, and then you see them when they either get knocked out or they make it to the top 20 or whatever it is, and just seeing how much they've improved. And it's insane, like really, like, so I can only imagine
Yep.
how that would have worked for you as well.
And
So
it's a great
and
stepping
oh,
stone
sorry.
in a career. And I
Yeah,
was gonna say it's just a part of the journey, a stepping stone in the career. You sort of always want to be doing or trying something new, no matter
absolutely.
what the direction.
Yeah, that's pretty much my mantra for life. Like if I'm not trying something new every couple of days or every day or whatever, then what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like you always got to find a way to progress and improve and grow and
Or
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And now
So
this is not your first time performing at some pretty cool events overseas, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this, but I know you performed at at a World Cup busking competition in South Korea. Can you
yes,
pronounce
the
that?
Gwangju bus. Yeah,
Gwangju. Ah,
Gwangju Basketball World Cup. Yep. Yep. It took
I
me
would
a
have
few
stuffed
goes
that up.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah, the Gwangju Basketball World Cup in South Korea. Yeah, in 20, I think it was 2023. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
one of the most amazing experiences of my life. And
yeah,
yeah, I
man.
think I landed fourth place out of the world.
Oh,
So that was
wow.
cool.
Well done.
Yeah,
Because they didn't give me the results. They just mentioned that they were involved. That's why I thought I'd bring it up because I
yeah,
was
I was
curious
a
about it.
finalist.
But yeah, and
Yeah.
I guess that's a good example. Like I've never been to South Korea, but I assume that there's probably a lot of speaking people over there as well as their native language. But one of the things I
Yeah.
find fascinating about music, and I'm sure you would have experienced this, is the fact that you don't need to know what the words are they're singing necessarily to
Mhm.
feel the
Correct.
message that they're conveying, the feeling, the emotion. So I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely love that about
Yeah, well,
music.
being a World Cup, they had people from all over the world coming
Yeah,
to
right. Yeah.
play. So they selected the top 64 artists from around the world, and then you had people singing in all sorts of different languages, but people connecting, and it was really cool.
Yeah, right. Now, I also did notice that amongst the many, many amazing festivals, I know I did already mention the International Jazz Festival. I saw you were at the St Kilda Festival, but also the one that caught my eye the most, being an Adelaide boy here, is that you've played at WOMAD.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I actually did sing backing vocals at WOMAD, which was cool. So I was singing at that time. I was doing backing vocals for Mummikin Spender. So I
Oh,
got to
right.
be at WOMAD singing for Mummikin Spender. Yeah,
Yeah,
doing
right.
BVs, which is another great thing about my career. Is like it can be it can be lucrative. It can be, it can be singing at the front or I can be singing on the side, and it's just as cool. I saw recently Matt Corby, he played at the Forum, and I saw that Greta Ray was doing his backing vocals,
Yeah,
and
wow.
it's like,
Wow,
that's great. I love that. So Greta Ray did his backing vocals and his harmonies for him, and I
that's
was like, that's
incredible.
awesome.
That's just like
That's
for you.
exactly,
Yeah,
that's what we should do more, it should be yeah, it should be shared around more, and
absolutely.
experiences for all. It's really cool. It's really great to see. I was like, oh, I've done that too. That's cool.
I did just very quickly have two little questions. One was, because you've already been here for WOMAD, will we see you back in Adelaide doing some headlining shows soon? Because I would love to see you live.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Would love to come to Adelaide. I know how big Adelaide Fringe is as well.
Yes, absolutely. That would actually be a really good opportunity, I reckon, because yeah, we
Yeah,
that's definitely when Adelaide really comes alive. The last thing I just wanted to really touch on, because obviously you've got your album coming out tomorrow, and there will be some gigs as you mentioned. And but something that stood out to me reading through your press release was that it's a immersive production. And I just wanted to just get a bit of an idea. What people would expect from an immersive production of your launch, sort of for your album?
yeah. So we are kind of transforming. So my launch will be at Wax Music Lounge on August 8th in Melbourne,
I love that
and we're
place.
sort of, it's so cool, right?
It is. It
Because
is.
my album's coming out on vinyl, so I've got vinyls for sale, which is really cool. Yeah, so the pre-orders are up right now. You can pre-order a vinyl, which guarantees you'll get one because there's only 100 copies being made or have been made. Yeah, so I'm a very like I love singing. I'm a real singer. So when we say immersive, we get the crowd singing,
Yeah.
I sing, but the crowd sings. We
Yeah.
break things down in some of our songs, and we get everyone else singing, and they just love it. They have the best times. It becomes like a big choir,
Yeah. Right.
which
I
is
love
really
that.
cool. We're also putting in extra lighting in there, so we'll have more like cool lighting going on and like transforming the space a bit more
That's
rather than just
amazing.
making it a gig at a venue. We're sort of come in and zhuzh it up and make it a bit of a Tanya George world, but a Tanya George world means that everyone is there to have a great time and feels so much love and
Yeah.
excitement, and just somewhere to go in harmony and meet new people, and yeah, it's a really good time. And we're
Oh,
very close.
awesome.
It's a very intimate show. So
Yeah. Oh, that sounds amazing. I might have to check the dates for that. Maybe I'll make a trip over to Melbourne because I
Make
don't.
it- yeah,
Sounds like something not worth missing. So, and that
yeah,
venue
this
is incredible. Like, thank you
oh
so
good.
much, Tanya, for having a word with Wayde. I really do appreciate
Thank
it,
you
and
so much.
I'm looking forward to checking out the album tomorrow when it comes out.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank you
I'll
for
pop some.
supporting me and loving the music, loving the devil. It means a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much. And
Thank
hopefully
you.
we'll see you soon in a live setting.
Yes,
And
sounds
yeah,
good.
next album you
Cool.
can
Thank you.
come back on.
Absolutely. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Um,
I'll let you know when
awesome.
I'm in Adelaide next.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, thank you very much,
Awesome.
Tanya. You have a good day.
Much love. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.